All right, guys, it is late Saturday night. I've been working all day on my walk-in closet. Now, if you watch other channels, friends of mine watch JR Go, John Ross, he's doing the same thing at his house in Wichita. And I'm going to show you the closet system, so check it out. All right. I don't have the clothes in here yet, but this is IKEA's PAX system, P-A-X, PAX. And this is their higher end stuff, completely modular. And I'm gonna kind of educate you all about the PAX system a little bit. And I wanna show you, I just wanna show this off. I've been doing the under cabinet lighting. Oh my gosh. I've got the overhead sconces or whatever, lanterns, whatever those are. And then I have these under bar lights, right? So nice, so nice. Now, that's my air dresser. We'll show that in a second. You know, Rachel's room, this is kind of, you know, this is a mess. That we're getting these together, getting them ready. That's going to be next week. But let me show you what I've done here. Now, I'm going to explain this pretty quickly so that you'll understand. They come in basically 3 different widths, either a 20, a 30, or a 40. These are the 40-inch, right? And then they come in 2 different depths, which is this, I think it's like 20-something, 20, let me get this tin over. It's like a, so it's like a 22.5, which is regular kitchen counter, or bathroom counter depth. And then you have this other, like, whatever this is, it's like 13.5. So, so when you're configuring, you can figure out your widths by 40s, 30s, and 20s. I think they might even have other shelves that are 10s, but I don't think so. And then you have your different depths. And so you'll see what I did here. I made this little gap here, so I had a little bit more room. Let me turn the light back on. So this is going to be all shoes here. And this is going to be, I need some more shelves here. I'm going to have a bench here, and in these drawers will just be some whatever things I might keep in there. But this might be more shoes, hats, other things. I made this one for long coats because I have trench coats and things like that. You know, like my pink fur coat that you've seen. And then this is just, you know, t-shirts, concert t-shirts, Robert Graham shirts, dress shirts, whatever, right? Black shirts. And then pants, I'll probably put the pants here. I like to just fold my pants and put them up on the shelf. So that's probably what will be here. And then what I had to do here in order for things to fit is I put these 40s in diagonally, or not diagonally, like parallel this way. Which it works okay because like if I were to take a shirt, this is my test shirt, right? I can, you know, I can still get to it back there, you know? So the stuff I don't wear often, like suits, you know, the kind of jackets and things you wear to a wedding that you don't wear very often, I'm going to put those there. All right, and then, so you got 3 different kinds of drawers, a couple different kinds of drawers. This is called the shaker drawer. Then you have the flat front, which was sold out. And then they have one with a glass front, if you like. And then you can also get it at half this depth, is what they call like a pull-out tray. I have this little divider in there, just stuck it in there for the hell. They're all soft close. So the deal is you can take a PAX cabinet and you can put doors on it if you like, mirrored doors, solid doors. You can put, you know, you could do anything with this box. Now, what I did was what my buddy Jar did. From like a foot down, I put these shelves all along the top here. I just sort of made like because these go all the way to the ceiling. When I went and met with them, they said, you know, how tall is the ceiling? I go, it's 8 feet. They go, okay, let's give you the tall ones. Which only gives you like a couple of inches up there, you know. Now, just to get this out of the way, this thing's called an air dresser. Hi. I showed this in a video before. It's made by Samsung. And what it does is it steams your shirts and sanitizes them. I haven't used it in a while. This shirt's wrinkly. I need to run it. Right? You put clean water in there, and this thing will steam your clothes. And living in Las Vegas, you know, sometimes I'll go to the casino, come in and it smells smoky, we get a little funky and I don't want to send the shirt to the cleaners, I can put it in there and clean it. So I made room for that here. And also, when we redid the room, I had them put a plug in here. In retrospect, you know, I didn't know where the plug was going to go, so we just put it there. But if I'd have known what I was going to do, I'd have probably had them put the plug somewhere else. I don't know. But it's really hard to get up there. Now, I used, where's the tool? Where's that thing? Let's see. We're still working on the bathroom. Is it up? Did I leave it up there? I used this little claw tool. I must have put it away. Anyway, let me go find it. Here it is. I didn't see it. I don't know the brand of this. I don't remember where I got it. Let me see if you can read that. Oh, it's backwards. General? I don't know. Anyway, what's cool about this thing is it's a claw and it has a flashlight on it, right? And this is great for when you drop something and you got to get it. Because without this, I wouldn't have been able to do it, okay? So what I did was I drilled some little notches and holes to run the wires up there. I know this is messy, but I'm going to clean this up. And don't forget, there's going to be a bunch of shirts and stuff covering that up. And they have this little power module you have to buy, and I can't show it to you. But it'll take 9 devices or 30 watts. And you can daisy chain them. So what's cool about these particular little sconce lights is you can go in one and out of the other. So what you're not seeing is I drilled holes up in there. And I looped the wires back and forth. And that's how I did it. So like, you know, you could see this light is up under there like that. And how these bar lights go in is they literally become part of the shelf. It just stabs in there and becomes part of the thing that holds up the shelf. I spent, I can't tell you how much I've spent, probably about $5 or $6 grand on both closets. I'd say I got about $3,000 or $4,000 or something into this. Which ain't bad, because if you were to go to California Closets or one of these custom places, you'd spend 10 or 15 grand trying to put something like this together. And it's just infinitely modular. I mean, you can just do so much. Like if I wanted to, I could put doors on this. You know, if I wanted to cover this up and put doors on it. And I could make this light be automatic if I want by flipping a switch and it would automatically come on. Now here's how you operate the remote. It's got a little remote, right? So you press the remote and it turns the lights on and off. And you just pair the remote. The remote costs like 10 bucks. And also it's dimmable. So like I can dim the lights if I want. How cool is that? These light bars are like 30 bucks a piece, something like that. And you know, in retrospect, I kind of wish I'd have done it differently and maybe put these light bars up there as well, because they're just so clean. But the idea was that, you know, if I turn the lights off again, that these overhead lights would shine down on this section and then these would light. But the way they light up the box is just perfect. It's just perfect. I mean, it couldn't be any better. Now, one of the things I want to do with this, I want to have a custom top made for this. They don't sell a topper for these shelves. And they probably don't think that people like me is going to do what I'm going to do. But if you remember the way my old setup was, maybe don't. What I want to do is, this area here is almost perfectly would fit a 36 by 36 mirror. So I'm going to put a 36 by 36 mirror here, just so I have an extra mirror here. And then I'm going to have a custom countertop cut and made out of probably the same kind of stone that's in there. And just plop it in here. I'll just drop it right on top. And it'll be a nice piece of quartz or whatever's in this is. I'll get them to cut me a piece of this maybe. Or something similar to it. This is like some kind of stone. And I don't know, it was an idea that I had. And then I want to have, what I want to do is put like a little riser or a tray or something. I'll have all my little colognes there. So, you know, you can stand here and get ready. You know, you can reach in there and grab your accessories. Whatever. Underwear, socks. Because this is how I'm going to do things. I do, you know, underwear and socks, and then maybe I'll have some other things there, and maybe I'll put some accessories, sunglasses, rings, whatever, I don't know. And then I'll put my pants over here. I might put one more or shelf here or so. I don't know. It's a work in progress, and the thing is it's just infinitely customizable. Like over here, instead of doing shelves, the wood shelf, they sell these metal shoe shelves. that have this little lip on them. And I did it at varying sizes. It actually gradually gets bigger. Starts off with their shallow ones for like dress shoes, and then like low tops, and then high tops, and then I could put boots and things down there. And then all of the spaces up top are gonna be for boxes, shoe boxes. You know, like I always keep the box. If you're, a lot of you probably do the same thing. You buy a nice pair of shoes, the Prada, Versace, whatever, you put the box up there. And you keep your box, and you keep your extra shoes and things like that. So I'm really, really happy with this. It's basically done now, I think. Other than I might pick up another shelf or two. You know, I haven't decided what I'm going to put here, you know. I wish, and maybe I could do this with some reinforcement, I could make this a bench. It would be great if I could sit here, but it's just not strong enough, you know. And even if I bought another shelf, because they just have these pathetic little pegs, right? And this is particle board. I thought, well, if I took 2 of these shelves and stacked them up, it'd be pretty strong that you could sit on it. But it's not strong enough you'd have to have a whole different support system. And so I thought about, okay, well, how can I do that? But, you know, I'd have to get creative. I'd have to, and maybe I could, you know, I could probably come up under here and put some L brackets that mount there that would be strong enough, but this bends a little in the middle. So I thought if I bought another one of these and simply just laid it on top and then put like a cushion on it or something, it would be perfect place to sit and put on your shoes, right? Like, let me see. Let me see what happens if I sit on it. Will it break? That's not a good idea. Okay, let's don't. But anyway, that would be a great bench to sit and put on your shoes and get dressed, you know, put on your, so otherwise I'm going to have to put a bench in here. So that's the plan. This is a tremendous amount of work. I got to tell you, if you need to have, you don't need like a lot of tools, but you need patience and you need skill. You're going to need a ladder. You're going to need some help. I haven't really talked about how these mount. Like you have to partially assemble it. You put a beam that goes across the wall, and then you mount the box to it so it's mounted to the wall. I'll kind of show you in here. Here's one of the beams. So you take one of these wrought beams, which beam is a pretty flimsy word. Anyway, and so what happens is it goes up there and then you attach it. So Rachel's getting all the white stuff in here because she already has white dresser, white thing. So she's doing the white color. They come in 3 colors, white, gray, and kind of a beige. I would say you're better off doing the white because you're going to have more options, more accessories, but the gray looks great. You know how I like dark colors. And with the lights off, it just has a classier vibe to me. Shit, I wish they'd have had it in black, but they just don't. It's kind of cheap stuff. I mean, basically the backs of these are just like a cardboard, you know, it's a fiberboard. I mean, this stuff is put together and it's real cheap. But I will say that the rod is pretty sturdy. I mean, I don't know if you could hang from it, but it's on there pretty decent. You know, putting some shirts in there is not going to be a problem. Leather jackets and things, it's not going to be a problem. And this doesn't rotate. This locks in place. It's got a notch when you snap it in. So the quality is so-so. It's got quality where it needs it. Does that make sense? So yeah, that backboard is just like a thin fiberboard kind of thing. What I wish that they offered were filler panels or maybe some kind of, like, I don't like seeing all these holes, right? I wish they had like little tabs you could fill the holes, or maybe a laminate tape. That would be great, like a thin laminate tape that you could, I don't know. I don't like the little holes. It looks kind of not custom. And I also wish that they had some kind of like crown molding or some kind of filler panel. Because if you've got an 8-foot ceiling, which most people do in their closet, there's a gap and it's kind of ugly. You know, I wish they made like some kind of adjustable filler panel or some kind of trim. So those are some aesthetics that you can't get. But anyway, I'm pretty happy. I mean, this is one step closer to being in my house. We plan to be moved in here in the next couple of weeks. So I can't wait to start filling this with my clothes, getting my shoes out of the totes, getting them clean, putting, you know, because I haven't had access to all that stuff. Well, I mean, I could, but it's like in totes, it's in storage, it's out in the storage pods and things. And it's like, it's not the same as having it ready. And it's been, 1 year since last October that I've been able to come in, sit down, get dressed. I've pretty much been wearing the same, I wear the same outfit anyway, but I've been literally wearing the same couple of 3 or 4 jeans and about 10 shirts or so that I know you guys see me, I wear the same thing all the time, but I actually have a pretty extensive, cool collection of clothes. And when I go out to dinner, when I go out and do things, I've had people say to me like, oh, I expected you to be in the red suspenders, you know, and I'll be wearing some nice dress shirt or something. And if I go to a show, if I go out to dinner, if I go out and do anything, I don't wear this. I put on like something nice. You know, I'm not a heathen. Anyway, so that's the closet. And I'm coming out of the closet. No, I'm just kidding. So I'm very happy with it. As far as other work, I'll show you what Rachel's done to her room. So Rachel and her friend Xandra came and decorated and put some things up. You know, this is kind of the way her room was before the fire. Although this is much upgraded. The shelf that she had before was not nearly as nice as this one. So let me move this out of the way. This is another floating shelf thing that we're trying to figure out where we're going to put it. We got a floating shelf thing here that's mounted to the wall. She's got some, she's just still decorating, trying to figure it out. I took one of these. They also make these lights that are battery powered, and here it is. And I mounted it to the length of the door so that when you open and close, when you open and close this door, it would light up the inside of the closet. Here she's got a little memorial to her dad here. And some of her pictures of her daughter and her grandkids, because we're old. And look at this cute picture of us. We're so goth and sexy. Look at us. Isn't she beautiful? There's her daughter when she was young. So that picture used to be in our bedroom. Anyway, so yeah, she's been decorating in here. Tomorrow, actually Sunday, we're going to start on the tile in here. I have a whole slab of this because we use just a little piece for that. And I'm like, I could use this, but it's white, sparkly. I don't want this in my thing. I want a dark color. But anyway, yeah, we're going to start doing the tile in here tomorrow. Oh, before I forget, I wanted to mention, I haven't hooked this up yet, but this is one of the other accessories they sell. It's a motion detector, and you can pair it just like I did that other remote. And rather than having the push button remote, you could set this. I'm going to set this up. Probably going to mount it right here next to the light. Just put it there like that, so that when I walk in the room, it'll just automatically turn these lights on, so I don't, have to manually do it. But they got a nice fade effect. All right, it's end of day Monday. Not a lot getting done today. Let's see, there was 3 or 4 guys. 4 guys from the dudes team, and then Sergio. So 5 dudes working, and here's what got done. One dude spent all day long, and this is what he got done. He got this little bit of railing done. Of course, they need to redo they nailed this one in on top of the tape last time, so I have to remove it, put it back on. So that's how much I got done today. That's a full day for these guys. Okay. Another guy caulked in this door. He did a couple of doors. I mean, but he caulked in a couple doors. I think, and that was it. He caulked some doors. I'm not sure which ones he caulked, but that took all day. Yeah, that was a day. I saw what this looked like last time. So 2 guys got this done. 2 guys, plus me helping open boxes and things a little bit. But they got all these put together and put the shelves in. So I need to go get the shelves for these. But this was 2-3 days because they were already open and in here. They just got mounted to the wall. So 2 guys, a full day, work day, mounted these to the wall and then put in these shelves. Okay, Really? I mean, because like you saw what I got done over here. Like this is done. I got my shoes, cleaning shoes, been putting my shoes up in here. All right, going through I got a ton of clothes. You know, just cleaning my leather pants because that's what I wear when I'm feeling saucy. You ever seen the DeLorean shoes? Check these out. These are DeLorean Nikes, and the bottom is a taillight, a DeLorean taillight. These are pretty viable. These are size 13. Got the Nike mags up there. Got the Paul Stanley Pumas. Got some sparkly shoes. Anyway, just not a lot getting done. I mean, so let me do some math here. Give you some perspective. I just had to do some calculations. For the 5 dudes evens out to something like $161 an hour, I think, something like that or more. All day long, it's like $1,200. So it means I spent $1,200 in labor, not to mention parts, today. And what did I get for that? Right? I got 1 set of door casings painted using my materials and my things. This half a thing of stair done, some door caulked, and some cabinets screwed to the wall. Do you see why I'm pissed? And this is the state of work today. So people go, how come a house costs so much money? So you take that times 5 days a week, sometimes 6, right? So that's like $6,000 or whatever a week in labor plus materials, right? So I'm spending like, $30,000 a month or whatever it is, and I've been doing this for how many months now? I know I've paid the dude something like going on $80,000, and I still owe him some more money just in labor and shit. And then, so I get $25,000 air conditioner and this, it's like all this stuff. So I've spent $300-something thousand now. And that's with me working. Like I do stuff. I'm here doing stuff. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm just sitting here. I'm doing stuff. The whole time I'm cleaning, I'm putting things away, about managing. And it's just ridiculous. It's just, it boggles my mind, and if I had to do it all myself, well, just do it yourself, Bob. I mean, I'd be here for 2 or 3 years trying to, it's like every little bit helps, but it's like, these dudes with their, it's my 10-minute break. You've been laying down on the stairs for a couple hours trying to do math to figure out how to put this molding on. So, it's like when you look at the cost of what it costs to do things. How much does this closet cost? Well, that closet costs $10,000. Well, how is that possible? Well, yeah, you got $3,000 or $4,000 worth of material, but then you got the people to put it together and blah, blah, blah. So that's Monday. All right, well, we'll see what gets done tomorrow. All right, it's Tuesday. Seems like it's Wednesday. That's because I worked all day Sunday, but it's Tuesday. Show you the progress. All right, Julio and Sergio got in here and got the tile going in here. So they just finished it. I can't work on it, but yeah, this shower pan is supposed to be delivered any minute now, like literally any minute. The doorbell will ring and they will come with it, and we'll start working on the shower. All right, supposed to be putting these panels on right now, and Rachel's thing is basically done. Spent all day on this. I gotta go back to IKEA. I've been going to IKEA every single day. I'm missing this one rod. So we just made these 2 for longer dresses. This is actually way too long because it's taller than she is, but whatever. I might even put a little thing down there. But this will be for longer dresses, and she's only 5 feet tall anyway, 5'2", 5'4", something like that. She's a little girl. Anyway, this is not too different than what she had before. So in the pack system, these are the 40s, 13, so 40 wide, 13. We spaced these at 10 holes apiece, which is almost a foot, and then left them long down there for boots or whatever. And then we have the rods. She can't reach any of that stuff, and this little gap here, we're going to keep a ladder there for her. These shelves here, hold on. Okay, so yeah, these two floating shelves I'm going to put up here. She can put things there. I got this obnoxiously bright light last night from IKEA. What I thought was cool about it is that you can mount it on the wall. I was gonna put it up here, and I still might. I'll get her opinion on it, but it just fit like right here perfectly. And I don't know if it's just too bright to have in your face, but when you're putting on the makeup, like without it, you can see it's just not bright enough, right? And then that's what the girls want. But it's like, it's bright. So it's very white in here. It's as white as me in here. Hey, so for those of you that were interested in my wife's vanity that I bought for her, it's at Costco. I mean, I don't know if it's at your Costco. I got it for $4.25. I want to say I paid a lot cheaper than this. I don't remember what I paid, but anyway, check your local Costco. A long day already. You know, we did all the stuff at the house. Drove all the way out to IKEA again, and they closed early for some, you know, it's their 40th anniversary celebration. So they decided to close early. I'm like, oh, what a perfect way to celebrate 40 years by pissing off all your customers and losing millions of dollars. So I have to wait till tomorrow. And then I went to Floor & Decor to get some tile related things. And anyway, so I'm stopping at Costco because that's what I do. I go shopping. Ooh, a sauna. Imagine me naked and hairy in that thing. Ooh. Well, I went crazy. I had to go get the flat cart, buying another litter robot. This is the 4th generation. Now, I've had one of these ever since I got Puka back in 2015. Now I've got like the old 1st or 2nd generation. This one's the new one. I think it's $600 or $700, but it's a bundle, and it comes in black. And it comes with a lot of cool stuff because it comes with the stairs, comes with the mats, and all. It comes with everything. And it's a lot of money, but you want to know something? Like, I'm not getting on my hands and knees and scooping cat shit. I mean, I went over to Eric's, and the dude is the drummer of Kiss, and he's on his hands and knees cleaning his cat box with a spoon. I'm like, bro, you gotta get one of these. And so I'm in the van, and I figured I might as well get it. I got some cool little touch lamps, some candles, some cereal, some kitty litter, another trash can. So we'll show this thing all set up once it's up and running. Wednesday night, got the mirror installed. They did a great job. Look at this thing. Yeah. So this was $425 they charged to cut, install the mirror. And I'm looking at it, it's like, dude, you could see, it's not their fault. You could see how like this, look at that gap here. There's like not a 90-degree angle in this house. It's like, why are these leaning that way? They need to, you know, I don't know. But we got these filler panels in. Rachel's closet is all finished. I'm very happy with this. This is all done. I've been loading up my closet, getting all my cool clothes. Oh, we got my piece of tile in there. Julio got that done for me, so check that out. Yeah. So I went and bought this at Floor & Decor, and he cut it for me. And then I got this big old slab here. Oh, ow. So I'm trying to do this with one hand. Okay, let me get that in there like that. And then the idea was that like I could put like my little colognes up there. Now, there's more to this. Let me see if I can get it. I got this other mirror here, and that's gonna go over here. So I'm just holding this here because I don't have it mounted. So I'm gonna mount this mirror here, and this will be like my little area. So hold on. There we go. I just had to adjust a little. Yeah, so I thought this was a good idea because they don't really make toppers for these. And this piece of tile cost me like 30 bucks, and it looks cool. So now I got a nice like top for this. This thing was another like 20 bucks. It's like actually a curb for a shower or something. And I was like, just stick it up there. And then I could put like, put my little colognes. There's like an Elvis cologne. And then this is KK Downing's Metal for Men. you know. And that was the idea, that I would do that. I'm going to put those up there later, though. I still have more work to do, but that's the plan. It's coming together. This, I think I explained, I made a bench out of this. So I don't like this. I bought this little rug and it wrinkles up. I just wanted a rug here. I got some of my nice shirts and jackets put together, but it's coming together. It's coming together. Let me turn the light off. Look at how nice that looks. Isn't that nice? Come in here. And maybe I'll just leave it tilted like that. That might work. So yeah, it's coming together. I love it. So this is the other thing. So they did this tile yesterday and today. And we're working with this shower pan. And so we got this shower pan, and it turns out that like the drain didn't match up to the right spot. So we we're modifying it. I know you're gonna say we destroyed it, but it's a long story. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna figure it out. But at least we got this tile in here now, and I think they're gonna do the grout later. We're gonna get the toilet in here. Once we get the pan in, get the tile in, and I got to figure out. I was gonna do like this kind of a travertine style, but I think we're gonna do it all in white because this is white, the toilet's white, so we're gonna do the shower in white. But I might do the floor of the shower in travertine style, this color, and just kind of break it so it matches the floor. Does that make sense? Anyway, a lot of weirdness. Another thing we got done today was this sliding closet door. This is the original door that was here, and we just painted it. I put that nice knob on it. So we gotta put a stop on it so that it has a stop and whatnot. It's gonna be nice though. So that got finished today. Let's see, did they finish these plugs? They put the plugs in. Did they put the cover? No. Oops. They put the plugs in. They didn't put the cover on. They got this door casing on finally. So that's done. I don't know when I'm ever gonna get this door. I can't get anybody to come do this door. No one will do the door. I explained before, the deal with the door is I've called a bunch of door companies and every one of them gives me the same bunch of guff. They're like, oh, we only install the door if we sell you the door. And I'm like, I'll pay for the labor, but they don't want to do it. I can't get anybody to install the door. No one will install the door unless they sell you the door. And I've got $2,500 on this door already outside. And it just sucks, you know? I've been trying to get a door company to come do it. It's like I've been trying to get these guys to finish this molding down here. It's just like, it's hard to get stuff finished. Bought these cool little table lamps at Costco. Check these things out. They're USB, they're LED. At first I thought this was stupid. I'm like, why would you have a rechargeable lamp? Right? But it says that it'll run like this for 40 hours. I'm like, that's impossible. But I'm gonna just leave it on, see how long it lasts. Now, you touch it, it changes different brightnesses, different color temps. And then you hold it and it dims. So if you have it on the lowest setting, it says it'll run like that for days. Like 3 or 4 days. I'm gonna leave it on, see how long it lasts. But I bought like, I think I bought like 6 of these things because they're only like 20 bucks a piece. And they're brass. I don't know if they're actual brass, but they feel like brass. They're heavy, they're metal, they're heavy metal. But I mean, look how cool this is. And you can just stick it wherever. It's like, you know, and so when you put it on low, like that, it's so nice. It's just chill, right? And you can just stick it wherever you need a little lamp. Isn't that cool? I thought it was cool because you can just, and also, by the way, you can just plug it in and leave it plugged in. Here, hold on. So when you plug it in, it lights up green to tell you when it's fully charged or red when it's charging. And so if you just turn it on, like the light, look at that. So you could just, I don't know if you could just run it plugged in. Let's leave it plugged in. I'll leave it plugged in on full power and I'll come back tomorrow and see what happens and see if you could just leave it plugged in, because then you could like plug it in, right? And just use a USB. And then it's a plug-in touch lamp for 20 bucks. But look how it puts out a lot of light. It's not obtrusive. And I think it's perfect for the tiny table. Like, it's so cute. I don't know why I'm so. And they came in black. You get them in black, but I thought the brass, the gold finish looked the most impressive. I'm easily impressed. Speaking of lighting, I like these IKEA lights. They sell these. These are like 20 bucks. You put them on auto. And you can put a rechargeable battery in there. And just like the other thing, it has a USB that you could plug in. So look, I've mounted one under here, right? And it's motion detected. There's one right here. I showed this one earlier, right? Bang, right? And you can plug it in and charge it. And it pops right off. So I'm going to see how long it lasts before I got to charge it. But it works because I've always wanted lighting under this cabinet. And it was going to be difficult to run the wires. So now I've got a nice light here, right? So when I turn off the lights in here, now I've got a nice, let me turn these off. Hold on. See, look how nice that is. So you walk in here, the lights aren't on, and then this comes on automatically. And it's just a nice vibe. I'm really digging it. All right. By the way, I wanted to talk about the new litter robot. Now, this is the new litter robot 4. I bought this at Costco. It was a bundle, as I showed you before, and it was like 700 bucks or whatever. But I gotta tell you, it's worth every penny. Now, I have the litter robot 2, I think it is, at the house, and I'll show you a demonstration of the difference. But this comes with a bunch of different stuff. It comes with this litter catching mat. See the holes in it, catches the litter. Has a little staircase, which helps a lot because the cats, like they lack a little confidence. They jump in and they jump out, and I think the stairs are going to make a difference, I hope. But here's where this thing shines. Now, first of all, it has an app that you can, where it'll text you and tell you, alert you when it's not working properly or when it's full, when it needs to change. But this is the point, right? If I tell it to cycle, do you hear anything? No, this thing is dead silent. The other one is so loud we can hear it from downstairs from our bedroom. It's like, it makes a ton of noise. This thing is dead silent. Doesn't make any noise. It's fantastic. And I don't know if the light is automatic, but man, look how quiet that thing is. I don't have the litter in it, but still. So I don't know if you could see this, but it has a little light in there. The other one has like a blue light. This has just a regular light. So I've got the lights completely off in here. So it's got just a very dim little light for the kitty. Kitty can see the dark anyway. So. Anyway, if you can't find this at your local Costco, I used to have an affiliate link for a little robot. I used to be one of their, influencers or whatever. But I believe in this thing. Like, I'm not getting down on my hands and knees and scooping litter and smelling cat piss. Forget it. This thing has filters in it that filter out the smell. All you gotta do is pull the drawer out, take the bag out, change it. It takes 2 seconds. Like, it's expensive, yes. But you know what also is worth it? Not having to get on your hands and knees and scrape cat shit. Forget it. Forget it. I'm not doing that. If I had to do that, I probably wouldn't even want the cat. I bought, and by the way, my other litter robot, the one I'm gonna show you here in a minute, that sumbitch I've had for 10 years. So you gotta think 4 or 5 times a day it's doing that. Every day. For 10 years. It's done it thousands of cycles. It still works. But this is the new one. It comes in black. It's much quieter. It's a much better system. I'm happy with it. It's going to be great. So there you go. Free commercial for Little Robot. Free commercial. I paid for it out of my own money, but just saying, if you have a kitty or multiple cats and you don't have one of these, I mean, it's a must. By the way, here's the other lights. I had them plugged in, so they're charging. So they light up red when they're charging, which is also cool. So I'm wondering if they can run and charge at the same time. We're gonna find out if the other one dies. But yeah, there it is. With the little USB lights is just to like leave them plugged in on USB all the time. And then just use it as a nightstand, night light or whatever, because it's a quality little light for 20 bucks. And it puts out just the right amount of light. The only thing about it is you have to touch the top of it. There's no way to, I wish it was a touch lamp where you could just touch it anywhere. And, I gotta say, to these manufacturers, stop with the cycle. Like every flashlight, every light now does the same thing. You touch it once for warm, touch it next time for cool, touch it the next time for daylight. They all have the same controller in them. Maybe I'm speaking for myself, but nobody likes the cool light. Like, if you like that bright blue light, you're just gross. Everybody wants the nice, cool amber light. Or make it a switch somewhere, and then just, so I could just turn it on and off. Like, I hate every flashlight I buy. You have to cycle through this light, that light, this light, that light. You can't just turn it on and off. It's like you got to cycle through every version, and then it goes through, like, I've got this one icon light or whatever that I love so much, but it's like you have to cycle through the different lights, and then the black light, and then the laser, and it's like just turn it on and off. Ah! Right, here it is, Thursday morning, 12 hours later. This light is still on just fine. This one's still on full bright. So if I turn it off, all right, it charges. Okay. I'm gonna let this one stew. I wanna see how long it stays on. So it's been on for 12 hours. I think they said this thing will run for 40 hours like that in low. And that's insane. So let's see how long it takes for it to die. All right, this came out really nice. Got this mirror mounted here. Got my little stone block here, and I'm gonna put all my perfumes, all my colognes are at the other house. But this came out really well. I thought this was a great idea. I mean, you can buy a 2x4 slab of any kind of stone looking tile for it's about 30 bucks. It's usually about anywhere from $2 to $6 a square foot. So I think I paid about $30, and then just cut it to fit and made a nice countertop out of it. I mean, and I debated on whether going matte finish or stone finish, but I decided to go with the gloss. It's easy to clean. It's a nice marble look, you know. This little slab of stone, it's just a classy way to finish off a countertop. If you have the ability to cut the tile with a tile saw, if you have one of those, or get somebody to do it for you. But imagine just doing this to any end table, anything that you can fit. I mean, you could buy these sheets that are as big as a sheet of plywood, but and have it cut for you. But I just think it classes it up. I mean, here you've got this IKEA cheap furniture, and you know what I'm going to do with this bench when I get this cushion. You'll never recognize it as like an IKEA thing. It's going to be fantastic, and I'll be able to sit here, put on my shoes, get dressed, and keep other things in these drawers that I'm going to keep in there. So, you know, like maybe I'll put the socks in there. That'd be a good place to put them, and I can sit down, and while I'm sitting there, like I could literally sit here and go, oh, it's socks. On my feet, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I love it. These guys are packing up all their tools and things. They're packing up their stuff and a lot of my stuff. Because I was out there, I was like, hey guys, you have like all my construction materials in here. Cases of caulk, liquid nails, screws, fasteners, shims, wood, like tools. I paid for all this stuff. You guys are billing me for all this stuff, right? So every single fastener, bucket of screws, box of razor blades, I paid for all that stuff. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure they're billing me for like the scaffolds they bought, other tools they bought. I'm gonna go through an itemized list and look at it, but I'm like, this is not small amounts of numbers. I mean, a box of screws nowadays, $30, $40. You know, a thing of brad nails is 20 bucks. It's a lot of money, right? And also I said, look, all of my Ryobi stuff is gone. Because I had Ryobi stuff at the house, Milwaukee stuff in the shop. I said I had at least a dozen brand new Ryobi batteries, because you know they do that deal where if you buy the 2 batteries, you get a tool for free. I said I had brand new tools that never been used. I had the regular drill, the impact, the lanterns, jigsaw, sawzall. You know, I have a Ryobi lawnmower, leaf blower, hedge trimmer, all these things. And I had a dozen something batteries, and I have like 2 batteries. Where's my batteries? Because they use Ryobi, and they also use Rigid, and they use Milwaukee, and it's like so much of my batteries and tools are gone. And I know some of you are going to say, well, you know what, that's just the cost of doing business. You're going to have to lose $1,000 worth of tools. Oh, okay. Just pile that onto the other 80 grand I gave him, you know. But this is my point. The reason the bill is so high when he gives me these invoices is because he's like Home Depot, Home Depot, Home Depot, right? That means all those materials and all those things that they're buying, right? When they go buy shims, when they go buy this material, that material, etc., is being billed to me, right? And then I don't know if I'm getting credit for the go backs. Like, where is that on the statement when they take things back, right? So this is sort of an issue. It's not small amounts of money. You know, it's like, it's like $20, $100, whatever. We're talking about tens of thousands of dollars, okay, in materials over the last 3-4 months that we've been doing this project. And it's a lot of money. My complaints are that every other job is half-ass finished. Like, this isn't finished. This is Thursday. They've been working on this since Friday, I think. It's not done, all right? They did get this case done. I've been asking them for all week long to finish putting this plug in, and this is what we got. Look at this. Look at this. It's not mounted. There's no cover. It's just, you know, there's no baseboards here. This door finally got hung yesterday, but they didn't, you know, get the stop on or the casing or any of that done. There's some door that's supposed to go here. That never happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, they finally did get these covers here. We got, you know, the mirror looks great, but like these things finally got done down there. Never did get any of the knobs on. None of it's hooked up, right? None of this baseboard is finished. There should be baseboard there, you know? And then just clean up. They don't clean them up after themselves. Their mom doesn't work here, you know what I'm saying? They don't, like, I'm supposed to be the maid. I got to clean up all this stuff, all right? So it's just lame, dude. It's probably one of my biggest complaints about the job is that we've had to do just about everything twice. You know, almost every outlet, every switch, every little thing. Like, let me show you some fuckery that I'm complaining. And people are like, Bob, you're complaining a lot. Let me just give you some examples, okay? Check out this where they, you know, put this door. Look at this, like, and then just chunks of random wood and filler, right? Now I know this is the inside of a closet, and there's just a big goop of it down there on the floor, a big giant pile, you know, of so like and they go, well, you know, it doesn't fit. Well, the reason it doesn't fit is because the way you installed this thing. Like, he used a couple of tubes of caulk on this, but what he had to do, he was gonna use, this is what he was gonna do. He was gonna take sheetrock shims and just stack them together and cut them and stuff them in the hole and then put caulk on them. And I said, please don't do that. We ended up just sacrificing another baseboard, and he cut the trim off of it. So this actually looks nice, you know. But basically it had to be done twice because where they put the door frame as opposed to where the sheetrock was, and the way the sheetrock was installed is just completely wonky. So basically what should have just been a simple job this was a whole day project. A whole day project. So for the last week, they've got like a door case here, a door case there. The problem is when you have, you know, 4 or 5 dudes, and then you're paying $1,000 to $1,200 per day. I go, well, it cost. So you're telling me, for what y'all did today, I got some caulk on a door casing and a couple of pieces of molding on the stairs, and that was $1,000. That sounds reasonable. All right, just got finished putting this together. This arrived in the mail today. I got this from a great chair website. I've talked about it before. They're called Curver K, and I'll put a link in the description. They make some quality furniture. It's good stuff. It's affordable. It's a really nice chair. Got this in here for Rachel. This is actually the exact same chair that she had, but as you know, this window was on fire and the chair perished, and got her another one just like the one she had before. It's super comfortable office chair. Check out some of their other chairs. I think you'll like them. All right, well, what I did today was get all this hardware on, this gold knurled hardware for the drawers. I need to get like some drawer liners, but you'll notice that this knurled brass matches what goes on, like the light switches. Now these are Buster Punch, and they do sell handles, but they're crazy expensive. They're like $100 a piece. I think I got 10 of these for less than $100, and they're on Amazon. They're made of aluminum. So I like the way these came out. I also put in these shelves. I got some stuff in here. I need to make a stop or something because this is going to hit the switches. So I need to come up with a way to make a stop. And I don't want a big ugly knot on the wall, but that's what I might have to do. Something like that. There's still crud here in the sinks because we're still working on them. I might have the little robot turn this way, which is kind of... What I'm thinking about doing was putting together a cabinet, another IKEA cabinet, and putting it in the cabinet. But I might just do it this way, sideways like this. And then maybe put a shelf or something here. Because I thought I could fit it inside one of these things here. Right? Like I thought if I got one of the 30-inch cabinets, it would fit in here, right? And I could put drawers in it, but they don't make cabinet doors. So, I don't know. I might just put a shelf unit or something. There needs to be something, you know. Normally we keep his food and litter and stuff in here. That robs Rachel of some of her storage area. See how this hits? I gotta come up with a way where that doesn't hit. And we could put his stuff under the sink, which is what we might do. But every day we grab his food and his wet food and things and we feed him, which is another thing. We normally have this turned the other way and we put his food there. We're gonna probably have to put his food somewhere else. A change in the routine. But he hasn't been here in a year, so he'll probably be used to it. Or he'll get used to it. I put these curtains up here in the bathroom, which don't look very good. I probably should have put them in like the dryer first, but shit. And then I put in some curtains in the bedroom as well. Over there in the corner. It's just these little things, you know. It just takes a long time to do all these tedious tasks. You know, I get it. I mean, it didn't take me that long, but you know, it's time. And cleaning up, I've been mopping and sweeping and cleaning. I went and got the tile that I'm going to do for this bathroom, and I was looking at pictures of the old thing, and I realized that they had just used the same tile that was on the floor on the shower, and I'm going to do basically that same thing because I have a ton of this, you know. And yeah, all right, that's what we're doing. All right, it's Friday morning. This damn light is still running strong. It's still running. It's been on for several days. I don't think I need to. I'm just gonna let it run and see what happens. But yeah, I thought this thing was stupid at first, but apparently, yeah, it'll run for 40 hours or something like that on low, which is a perfect lighting. I don't know why I'm so impressed with this. It's just crazy that the battery technology is advanced to this level where, you know, like if they really wanted to, they could put a bigger base on that with a much bigger battery and it could run for just weeks, you know? And I've seen, I think the same company, Mikasa, there's Mikasa and Artica, they make some of the greatest LED lights. And I know that they had like wall sconces, which I thought was a stupid idea because I've seen lights that are for like paintings or just a wall sconce and it's just a little bit of light. But if they put a decent amount of battery in it and then make it easy to charge, see this, I mean, you just pick it up and put it wherever you want. And so like you probably see these in restaurants and stuff all the time. But I mean, that's bright. It's not bright, but I mean like, I don't know. I just think it's really cool. All right, let's see what else is going on today. Well, I spent all day cleaning my pictures and records. A lot of these are just like that, like this Pantera one here. It's just permanently tinted, and I can't replace the glass on it because it's silk screened on there, and that's an issue that I'm having. You know, I'm going through a lot of these pictures and things like that. So like these ones, for instance, that I care a lot about. This Judas Priest one just got melted. Like it's just ruined. This Pantera 2 million plaque. I really care about that one, so I just went to Hobby Lobby. This was a DVD I worked on back in 2006 for Big Man Records. I actually helped make this because I had to print these DVDs and give them to Vinny, and then he sent them to the framing company. This was a award he gave me for Pantera Vulgar Video. This is actually metal. Now, I didn't make this video, but there was some clips of mine in it, and he gave that to me as a gift. He was very generous. This Judas Priest one, I think, it's pretty roasted. Sucks. I really like that one. This Kiss one, like, this is another one where they had Kiss, like, running across it. I forgot what this is. I gotta figure these out. So, and the light's still on. All right, I got that back together. Got the glass in there. This thing's really well made because it's an actual piece of painted diamond plate metal. And, you know, it's got the little VHS covers, 3D, and the DVD of the 3 Vulgar videos, and it's pretty awesome. Always been proud of this one. All right, we're gonna get this on the wall. We're gonna decorate. Meow. I got so busy, I completely forgot to do an ending and finish the video for Friday. We always post it on Friday. But Eric called me. He wanted to go to the car show. We went to the Water Street car show down in Henderson with some friends. We went to eat. Next thing you know, I was like, oh man, it's like 10 o'clock Friday night. I'm already at home, and I was like, man, I forgot to do the video. So that's why it's late. So it's Friday night. What do you think about that? It's bullshit, right? Poor Booga Bear. Look at you. So that's why the video is posted on Saturday. Look at you. Everybody ask about Pooka Bear. He's doing great. I know. Back at the house. It's Saturday morning. This damn light is still on. It's still on. It's still on. Unbelievable. Rachel's moving her stuff in. Yesterday I was hanging up some of my awards. Spent the day at Hobby Lobby getting new glass done for most of these because if it had glass in it, you could clean it. Oh, hold on. This lock's going crazy because she didn't shut the door. They just came and did all the white grout in here. I think it looks nice. We've decided that we're just going to keep the exact same fixtures because they work. And a little soap and water. Cleaned right up. This will be fine. I'll just clean it a little bit better. Get some mowing. And there's no sense you know, now that we've been working on this, I realize more and more that none of this should have been removed. It should not have been removed. Yeah, but the more and more I clean things, the more I realize the majority of the house did not need to be ripped out. I plan on making a video about ServPro and their predatory practices and their lies and how they scam people. And I'm going to say it, they scam, they lie. And I know that's defamatory, but I'm considering, you know, I don't know if there's any form of lawsuit that I could do because obviously I signed a contract and agreed to let them rape me. But they got me for like, I don't know, $150,000 that they charged the insurance that I paid between having the asbestos removal, the sandblasting, the removal of goods, the cleaning that they didn't do. They didn't clean shit. And cleaning, all they did was throw all of our stuff into bags, toss it into those pods that we're paying to rent. I mean, this kitchen's a perfect example. They wanted to come in, they were ready to rip this kitchen out. Oh, you know, the big lie that they tell is you'll never get rid of the smell. That's the first giant lie. You can't smell anything in here, right? What I learned is if you just let it sit out and air out for a few days, the smell goes away, okay? That's the first lie. Next thing is you'll never be able to clean the stuff. You can't paint over it. Exactly. Thank you, Cuckoo Clock. It's gosh darn 12. Every single time I make a video, this fucking thing goes off. Every single time. But yeah, that was the big lie. Like, so for instance, that big white dresser that's in the middle of Rachel's room, we cleaned it and it looks brand new. Matter of fact, people go, I didn't know that IKEA sold this. And I go, it's not an IKEA item, that was already there. Which means we could have cleaned the entire closet completely. We just wiped it down. All this wood, we wiped it down, right? They were gonna rip out this entire thing. They go, oh, we'll get a new kitchen. No, can you imagine if we had to put a new kitchen in here? What that would cost? Now that I've spent thousands and thousands of dollars on those 2 tiny bathrooms. That little hallway bathroom is costing probably $10,000. A kitchen like this would probably be $50,000. And by the way, this tile that I'm standing on is the exact tile that was in that bathroom. And it was also the exact tile that was, I realized, I was looking at pictures of it. I said to the guys as we were doing it, I go, you know, the 12-inch floor tile that was used, this travertine style, I don't know if it's real stone or what it is, but I don't know if it's not travertine, but it's close to it. Whatever it is. I don't know if it's porcelain. I don't know what it is. Anyway, the point is we've cleaned it. It's perfectly clean. It's clean. Clean, 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 clean. Matter of fact, it's cleaner than it was before the fire, because after we cleaned it, I realized that the grout isn't black. It's actually white. And my point is that shower, the entire shower, or the entire bathroom and the shower is made out of this material. And you know what sucks? I had stacks and stacks of leftover of this material out behind the building, and before the fire happened, we threw it all away. Because it sat there for 5 years. And I go, this stuff's been here since 2014. Brand new in the box. And I go, these tiles are probably only $1 a piece, you know what I'm saying? I mean, $2 a piece. I go, it's not worth my time to even try to sell it to somebody, and they're gonna have all these questions. How many do you have? I go, you know what? Just put them in the dumpster. Just get rid of them. It's probably worth a couple $100, you know. And then the fire happened, and I'm like, man, if I'd have had those. But the point is we clean these, a little bit of tile cleaner and a little scrubbing. So we could have cleaned that entire bathroom, and just like I cleaned these cabinets, had the exact same cabinets in that bathroom and the exact same countertop. Like, you can just wipe this shit off. And my point is that they had me convinced, you know, they tell you, oh, it's soaked into the tile, it's stained, you can't clean it. They lied to me, right? We could have just repainted. We could have cleaned the walls. We could have sanded them down with that vacuum sander thing that I have. $100 is all that vacuum sander costs. $100 at Harbor Freight. Plug it into a shop vac, and you can sand the wall down to the drywall and retexture and repaint if it was really that bad. But the majority of the house, with the exception of the rooms that were actually on fire, there was only 2 rooms that were actually on fire. The rest of the house was just smoke damage. And they wanted to gut all of this. They wanted to remove all this sheetrock. And they were furious when I was like, why are you so mad that I want to clean it? Well, I realized when I got the bill that they charge per square foot of demo. And then they charge for hazardous waste removal because it's built in the 70s, it's got asbestos. So they're charging you 10 times the removal fee. And the removal fee is that they put it into a plastic bag and then they take it to a special dump for the asbestos. And I'm like, I said, but none of that material back there is asbestos because that entire back half of the house was added on later. The asbestos they found was actually up here in the kitchen area. This was the original dining room from 1973. I said, but the entire back half of the house, matter of fact, the whole house was remodeled in 2014. All these countertops, all this tile, all of these cabinets, right, were all done in 2014 when they remodeled the house before I bought it. So there's no asbestos. That's all brand new sheetrock, brand new build back there. You know, they added on the walk-in closets, the master bathroom, all that was added on, right? And they're just predators. They lied. And then they came in after they removed all the material and then charged me another $15,000 to come in and sandblast all the wood because there might be smell on it, right? And I'm like, it's fine. There's nothing, you can't smell anything in here, but they did it. Oh, don't worry about the insurance is going to pay for it. Don't worry about what I realized is that, yeah, the insurance is going to pay for it. It's my money. See, what I learned is the insurance gives me the money and then I have to sign it over to them. So if they, let me give an example, right? This isn't fraud. A lot of people don't understand how insurance works. I could simply say to the insurance, yes, I've gotten an estimate that's going to require a sandblasting of the entire house. Oh, okay, how much is it? 15 grand. Okay, here's 15 grand. I don't have to do it. Like they owe it to me, right? So if I say to them, hey, this painting was damaged, it's worth $5,000, and they pay me the $5,000, I don't have to replace the painting. I can just keep the $5,000. That's what they owe me for the value of the thing that was lost. So if I said to them, hey, just give me the value of the house, whatever, and then I'm just gonna sell it. They could do that, and I could do that. That's legal. I don't have to fix anything. I don't have to put it back the way it was. There's no requirement that requires you to do that. There are incentives, and they will pay you more when you do it, but I'm just saying $150,000 was paid to these people so that I could spend an additional $300,000 to rebuild everything. And what I would have rather done is we could have simply cleaned the place, and we'd have been moved back in here in a couple of months. It's been 1 year. It's October. Here in another so many days, it will be an exact 1 year. It was October 15th at 9 o'clock that the fire happened. We discovered the fire at 9:28. I have it timestamped on the video. So 9:28 was the last time I was in this house as it was whole, 1 year ago on October 15th. So there you go. All right, that's enough of this rant. But I plan to make an entire video about this. And I've actually made this video several times, and then I deleted it, and I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it and how I wanted to say it. But I got to go do a gig. So as some of you may know, I rent out my cars. I have LasVegasWeddingCars.com. And you can rent one of my 3 Rolls Royces, the 2 Lamborghinis, the DeLorean time machine for your wedding or special event. Somebody wants the Lamborghini Countach to be just a display item at their wedding at 4:45 today. I got to drive it all over across town. It's $300 an hour just to park that car there so that they can take pictures with it because they want it there. I don't know why, they do. The DeLoreans cost a little bit more. The Phantom costs a little bit more. But if you want to do something special, you want to come to Vegas, do a drive-through wedding, or just go to one of the chapels. A lot of, Las Vegas is the marriage capital of the world. I've been married here twice. You can go to LasVegasWeddingCars.com and book the car, and I personally will bring the car over to you. I've had some of my fans actually just book the car just because they wanted to hang out with me, which I think is crazy. But okay, whatever. But that's what we do. I'm going to get back to doing that. That's going to be my full-time gig, is renting the cars. That was the plan originally when I bought the Rolls-Royce Phantom, was to do this. And I've just been so consumed with the house, I haven't been able to do it. So luckily for me, it's a nice cool day in the fall, and I'm going to drive the Lamborghini Countach replica over there. They know it's a replica, but it's a good looking car. It still looks like the car, and they just want something cool 80s there, I guess. I don't know why they want that car. He said it's his dream car, and I said, well, it's a replica. He goes, I don't care, it looks cool. So I'm like, okay. Because honestly, you'll never get somebody with an actual Lamborghini Countach to bring that car out for $300. The car's worth $1 million. They're not driving it across town for you. You know what I mean? Anyway, so that's it. I'm sorry that I'm a day late on the video. I'm literally going to sit down, plug my phone in, and edit it right now. So yesterday I was just busy, and today I'm going to be busy, and tomorrow I'm going to be busy. The other crew that's been working here, they're done. We'll talk about that on the next video. And I've got some replacement people coming in. So, all right, that's it. Sorry for the 1 day delay, but enjoy. Catch you guys later. Bye.